Good morning. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. Wanted to do a quick channel update today. I got a number of things I wanted to update you folks on. Plus I got to get the mud off this tractor. It's driving me nuts. First thing up, before we do any updates, I know we have a lot of new subscribers over the last number of months, and I really appreciate the support. I used to say it a little more often on my videos, but just for you new folks, I wanted to make sure you understand that I'm just an average guy just like you with property and black flies. And when you see me do things on the channel, I don't in any way suggest that I'm an expert at what I'm doing. I'm just doing it the best way I figured out or I've learned over the last few years how to do it. Might not be the best way or the correct way, so to speak, but it's the way I've learned to do it. But I just wanted to keep that in mind as you watch the videos, because I don't want you to ever think that when you see me do something or manage the tractor in a certain fashion, that's always going to be the correct way, because I don't have years and years of experience. I'm about 4.5 years with this tractor. So the first thing up on the agenda today, I want to talk about 4K resolution. If you've watched any of the last 3 videos, that would be video number 560, 561, or 562, you may or may not have noticed a difference in the clarity of the picture in those videos. For the first time ever, I started filming in 4K. And I'm hoping to get some feedback in the comments from you good folks as to whether or not you did actually see a difference, or whether it didn't make any difference at all. Because in order to see the 4K, I think you need a really high quality internet service at home and a quality computer screen. I did get some feedback from a few of you that said it was awesome and asked me if I'd gotten a new camera, which is great. There's a couple of pros and cons to the 4K. The first and most obvious benefit, of course, is for you, the viewer. Picture quality is much better if you have the internet service to support 4K. Otherwise, you'll see it in 1080 or 720 or whatever you normally see it in. Second benefit that I've learned over the last few videos is that when I focus in or I crop in really tight on a picture, I'm still able to keep or maintain a very high level of resolution or clarity. Whereas when I used to film in 1080, when I started to crop in, you'd start to see the picture would start to get a little fuzzy, or the contrast would start to go off and it would become a little less clear. So those are 2 big benefits. But it comes at a cost. The first is that 4K sucks up a ton of memory. I'd probably say at least 3 to 4 times as much memory as filming in 1080. For you, that's not a problem. For me, that means I've got to buy bigger or more hard drives more often. It also takes a lot longer to edit and to upload because the files are so huge. The other con is the current cameras I have will only allow me to film in 30 frames per second. That means that when I try to slow down segments or speed up segments for the benefit of the video, the picture, as you probably noticed in the last video, 562, you'll notice it comes out very staggered. It's not a really smooth slow motion anymore. And that just may be that I need to purchase a better camera going forward. But for now, I have to maintain generally normal speed filming, because anytime I change it, either slow it or speed it up, it starts to become very staggered. So the bottom line is, I'm looking for your feedback. Did they make a difference? Did you enjoy them better? And do you prefer I film in 4K from now on? I just realized you're not going to hear me over that engine. We'll wash it the old-fashioned way. Second item up I wanted to talk about was the last 3 giveaways I did on the channel. As I mentioned in that comment I placed out about a week ago on the channel, the last 3 contests had winners, but none of them responded to me and emailed me after I notified them with a reply to their comments. It's been about a month and a half or so, I believe, since the last one. And I'd certainly like to see somebody get those prizes or those giveaways. So here's my plan. I'm going to reconduct the random comment draws on each of those 3 videos. So just to remind you, video number 528 was the video that I gave away the Kubota, the genuine Kubota cap, actually my favorite design cap. Video number 530 was the video I gave away the reserve sign, the Kubota reserve sign for your garage or your shed. And video number 550 was the video that we gave away the Workmaster plate from JU Fabworks. So just to be clear, you do not need to repost a comment there. I thought it was best to go back to those original videos, reconduct the random comment selector, pick winners, and then I will again send a reply to you saying to please email me. A couple of things to keep in mind. Many of you noticed on the last few videos that I kind of got hit by some scammers that were trying to respond to your comments, making it look like it was me, and asking you to either contact them with a phone number in that line description, or to contact them through WhatsApp or some other means. It wasn't me. My responses are pretty clear. It'll have my icon and it'll only say GP Outdoors. That's it. That's what the title will say every time. Anything else, it's not me. So please be aware of that as you do it. I'm going to reconduct those random comment selectors this Friday. That's Friday, May 13th. I'm going to do all 3 videos. I will post those replies to the winners of the second random drawing by 6:30 Eastern time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So please go back to that video if you're interested to be eligible to win, and check to see if I've posted a comment to you or a reply asking you to email me at my Gmail address. Once again, I wish everybody luck, and I'm hoping somebody's going to get these prizes so I can get them out of my garage. The next topic up today has to do with monetization on the channel. In other words, the revenue that I make off of this YouTube channel, which, as most of you folks realize, I only make money off of it when somebody watches ads that are posted on the videos. To date, I've never done a Pantheon account or any of those Prime or Premium memberships or Super Chats or any of those types of things, because I want you to enjoy the channel, and I don't want you to ever feel any pressure like, you know, you need to financially subsidize me or pay me to watch the videos. To date, as you know, I've never taken money from sponsors. I've never taken commissions off of some of the products that you folks see on the channel, because I only show them to you if I think they might have legs or they might have value. Some of you may have noticed just recently there's a change to the row of icons underneath all of my videos on the channel. You'll see that there's the thumbs up, there's the share icon, and there's a new one now with a dollar sign that says thanks. YouTube calls it a super thanks, and I've decided to enable it on all my videos. And what it is basically is it's just a means, a non-invasive way of offering the opportunity if you want to give me a tip for a good video or a great channel, or you've learned something from it. Now you have a means by which to do that. And again, it's totally voluntary. I appreciate all of the support I get from you good folks and will continue to get. But it is, I think, a means by which, if you choose to want to donate or provide money to the channel to help pay for cameras and those kind of things, and to, of course, feed my girls, that was a subliminal message, then always feel free to tip away. Thanks so much. Let's do a couple more updates, and then I want to finish talking about why I don't schedule my videos every week. Many of you folks have been asking me why I've yet to put some kind of expanded metal or some kind of a guard on the grill guard itself to protect the engine from the grapple work. The honest reason is because I haven't decided yet what way I'm going to go with it. I have looked at just spending another 30, 35 bucks, and of course asking my neighbor guy to help me out and to weld expanded metal on here again, paint it up just like I did the last time. But there's a couple of companies in North America that make some really, really gorgeous grill guards. One in particular in the US. But they're pricey, so I'm I'm holding out because I'm trying to make my decision. And yeah, you know, you're looking at $35 and a little bit of labor versus several $100 Canadian at least. But stunning guards. Stay tuned. I'll eventually make a decision and get it done. I just haven't quite pulled the trigger one way or the other. My new chainsaw. I could have used it last week on that poplar. Still no ETA, no estimate. I've ordered it, I think it was the 1st or 2nd week of March. And I give my dealer a call every couple of weeks, but hopefully it'll be in at some point, or at least before we get into firewood season, I hope. The podcast I mentioned about a month and a half ago, I've decided for now, at least indefinitely, to put that on hold. I've spent a lot of time looking into it and working on what would be a first season. But at the end of the day, it's clear to me that it's going to be a lot of work and a lot more work or a lot more time than I have available. And at the end of the day, if I did go ahead with that podcast now or shortly, for sure, the channel and the quality of the videos would suffer on my YouTube channel. And I don't think that's fair to you folks. And it's certainly going to put a lot of pressure on me to try to get both done. And so I've decided it's best just to hold off on the podcast for now, and we'll revisit it again in the future. So I wanted to answer one last question, which I get a lot over time. Oh, and before I do, special thanks to John out at Crown Rust Proofing in Midland. Sent me a bunch of their products, some degreasers, some lubricants, and this glass cleaner, which works pretty good. Thanks a lot, John. So let's talk about why I don't schedule my videos on certain days of the week. Like many creators on YouTube, I watch a ton of those YouTube tutorials and those lessons that you get off the YouTube channel as to how to grow your channel, what to do to grow an audience and a community and all those good things. And of course, there's a lot of them that say you should schedule your videos. Tell your subscribers, on these days you can expect a video every week so that they know when you're posting. So like many other things I've tried over the last 4 years, I tried doing that for almost a month and then I stopped. The reason I stopped was because my life's not that predictable or scheduled. And like many of you, I was raised that if you make a commitment to somebody, you keep that commitment. So I tried for almost a month. And what I found was happening is the quality of my videos started to diminish. And the reason why was because I found myself under the gun a lot. I wasn't free or able to spend as much time as necessary to do the best job I could on the editing. And I ended up putting out a number of videos which, quite frankly, I was ashamed of or just wasn't happy with after I saw them loaded and kind of wished I'd had a chance to do them again. At the end of the day, you folks are busy. And when you click on a video, even if I'm not that great at doing it, I want to make sure that I'm proud of it. And I put and done everything I could have done to make it as good or the quality as good as I could. So that was the first biggie, is the video quality just started to get worse. The second reason was because I found myself, I wouldn't say making up content, but I was trying to find content because I ended up in a position where I was under a timeline and I started doing things I wouldn't have otherwise done, i.e. it's pouring rain outside, but I promised a video tomorrow morning. So there I am out in the pouring rain, filming videos because I didn't want to let you down and I didn't want to break my commitment. I also, although it wasn't, made up content, I often found myself filming things that I probably would never have filmed because you're probably not interested in it. But I had to get a video out because I promised. So those were the two main reasons why I stopped doing it. And those are the reasons to this day why I still don't do it. And I probably never will again. I film what I do on the property. As you folks know, it's not a channel where I've got fancy equipment and excavators and bulldozers and building garages and building different things. I wish I had that, but basically what I do around here is what you see. That's kind of the basis of the channel. Maintaining property in rural Ontario. That's it. So when I do things, I want to make sure that they're actually bona fide things that I'm actually doing that day and that I'm not trying to find something to film so I can fit a time slot that I promised you. That's pretty much it. So I think that pretty much wraps it up, my friends. Sorry if it took a little longer than I expected, but I did want to update you on a few things, answer a couple of questions, tell you about the super thanks, and also make sure that you're all aware that I was going to do the draws over again for those 3 gifts. Again, check your comments on those 3 videos. This Friday, May 13th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, I will have the replies to the winning comments posted by that time. And I wish you all the very best. I just wanted to take 1 minute out to sincerely thank you folks for all of your support over the last few years, especially longtime subscribers. I couldn't have asked for a better community. I love working on these videos and talking with you folks every week, although it's getting more and more difficult to get to every comment. But thanks again from me, Carol, and the family. Have a wonderful week with your family. Please be kind to one another. So important these days. And I'll see you again right here. I'm Gord Potter, and you've been watching GP Outdoors. Cheers.